you. Remember that we are on our Carathon pledge drive here. We do this twice a year, and I do want to thank Louie and Allison Ochoa. Allison is part of our board of directors, and Louie, her husband, and her, they called in and they donated $250 toward our station, and that will use up some of those matching funds. We started today with $10,660 in matching funds, and we need to use those up by the end of the day. So if you're listening to me, please call 785-621-4110 and help us to continue doing what we do best, putting out quality programming, growing the way that the Lord wants us to, and just continuing to spit the truth the best that we possibly can. 785-621-4110 or go to dvmercy.com. We are ready to get to another one of our wonderful interviews here in just a second. I'm actually going to look for our 8 o'clock trivia questions. I've got them stuck somewhere in all of my papers. And so we'll get to those questions and we will get rolling back with our regular programming. I might have to have the guys print me off a new sheet. Yep. Okay. Instead of a question, oh, there it is. I just found it. Thanks. I appreciate you dealing with me. All those people who are watching live on Facebook, Rumble, YouTube are probably like, get it together, guy. But we've got it. Here we go. Trivia question for the 8 o'clock hour is going to be this. Which of these is a cardinal virtue? A, believing. B, patience. C, piety. D, faith. Which of these is a cardinal virtue? A, believing. B, patience. C, piety. D, faith. Actually, okay, we'll let the phones ring. 785-621-4110. Call there for an answer. And also, please call in to make your donation. 785-621-4110. Without further ado, though, we really want to get to this wonderful interview that we're going to have. We've got Spencer Daum in here with us, and he is going to be talking about Adoration Under the Stars. Spencer is the oldest of 4 children and is from Shawnee, Kansas. He attended St. James Academy High School and is currently a sophomore at Fort Hays State University studying history education. He is currently the liturgies coordinator at the Como Catholic Campus Center. Great to have you in here, young man.
Great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So I got to just meet Spencer for like 60 seconds earlier. It's great to get to meet you a little bit. Do you want to give us a little bit more background? I mean, we've got a little bit of your bio here, but it'd also be what did your faith life look like? We see that you went to St. James Academy, so that gives us a little bit of a clue, but maybe you want to give us a little bit more insight into your family life and growing up.
Yeah, for sure. So like you said, I'm the oldest of 4. I have 2 Catholic parents. They were great. So I kind of grew up cradle Catholic, went to Catholic school most of my life up until about 6th grade, and then tried public school for a couple years. But yeah, during that kind of public school stunt, that's kind of when I fell off from the faith for a little bit, kind of went more secular, almost atheistic there for a while, and then had a huge reversion back about my junior year of high school. And yeah, just on a huge retreat. St. James was great. It's a super great Catholic high school. And yeah, ever since then, we've just been growing and growing. And so.
Okay. So just quick sub question on that then is what is it that kind of drew you back to the faith? Was it more the intellectual side? Was it something that you saw in other people? Or can you really point to anything that you were like, that's what really started me wanting to come back to the faith?
Yeah. So it's actually kind of funny we're talking about Adoration Under the Stars, because the first kind of encounter I had with Jesus truly was in a Eucharistic adoration on that high school retreat. But the thing that really kind of kept me going in the faith was the intellectual side, for sure. We had a apologetics class, and so my whole life I'd kind of been seeking for an answer, and no one ever really had an answer for me. My parents didn't know why we did the things we did, but they always took us to mass, so can't blame them there. But then I finally had a teacher, apologetics. He showed us kind of a little bit in the philosophy, how we can think from there, how to properly think. And then every question I had about the faith, other faiths, he always had an answer for. So Yeah, I would say
Absolutely.
intellectual for sure.
There you go. So maybe we can draw then into we've got a little bit on your background, and now you're at Fort Hayes. What brought you to Fort Hayes? Maybe.
Originally sports. So
Okay.
I came here on a track and field scholarship and a walk on as football. So I was dual sporting. That was last year. And yeah, it's kind of a gem out here, a hidden gem that most Eastern Kansas people don't know about because and I'm guilty of it too. I thought it was just like middle of nowhere. We're just going to see
Yeah.
tumbleweeds. It was funny. The first time I came here, I actually saw my first tumbleweed.
Really?
I was like, it was really funny. But yeah, so good education. Originally, I was here for construction management as well. So
Okay.
and they have an incredible program it's not going to put you 200,000 into debt. So
Okay, there you go. Now, what did you run in track?
I was a thrower.
Oh, good. What'd you all throw?
Shot put and discus, but shot put was my main thing. Yeah.
Okay, I coached. We had a meet yesterday. Love our throwers, great people. I mean, there's a lot of good kids on the team.
Right.
But yeah, that's awesome. So, how did you do during your stint as a thrower?
Here, not very well because, college sports they're all year round, and so football and track were overlapping. So I'd get a little bit of time in track, but we were in the middle of football season. So I didn't really want to go anyway. They were switching everything up about me. So I just decided probably a little jump the gun, but I decided it wasn't for me. So,
Okay.
Then football for the rest of the year. Yeah.
Okay. And what'd you play in football?
I was a middle linebacker.
Okay. I wouldn't know about that. I was never big enough to play.
It's okay. I've never been tall enough, so I got wider.
Well, thank you so much for your background. We really appreciate it. That kind of gives us a little insight into who we're talking to. People on the radio obviously can't see us. Those people online can. But we really appreciate you being here today. And that also helps us then to start digging into, all right, you came for scholarship. You were into sports. You were even in a different degree than you are now. So what kind of started you getting into the campus center in and of itself?
Originally, I had a focus missionary reach out to me, Donovan Hurd, and yeah, he just invited me to a Bible study. By this point in my life, I had a strong kind of, not super strong, but like it was a foundational prayer life and whatnot. And so the campus center it's just a walk away. It's on campus. I would always go in there to the chapel when I needed. And yeah, the community just draws you in after that. Jesus gets you there and the community keeps you going, I guess.
Okay. Well, then, as you speak about Jesus getting you there, we are here kind of to talk about Adoration Under the Stars. So, like you said, well, he's going to get you. He's going to draw you in. What did first draw you to Eucharistic adoration?
Other than just having it like offered at my school at retreats, I would say, yeah, just kind of after started going to daily mass a little more, my senior year of high school, they would always expose the Eucharist before. So they'd have the 6:30 mass and then have like an hour of confessions and Eucharistic adoration and then 8:05 mass. So I would just kind of show up and he was just out on the altar, and yeah, he just works in mysterious ways. He keeps drawing you in, whether you know it or not. So I guess that's kind of what it was, just kind of being with him that first time.
Okay. Now, did anything change in the way that you approach adoration from high school to now? And the reason why I ask is I taught it 10 years at TMP.
Mm-hmm.
We had adoration once a month there, sometimes more. And a lot of high school kids are like, oh, okay, we got to go sit in the chapel again,
Yeah.
And I've even had some former students that were like, they told me later, I wish I would have taken more advantage of that. But now they're in college and they're going to their campus centers and they love adoration. They can't get enough of it. So
Right.
was it a little the same for you, or did you kind of catch fire while in high school?
So it definitely started like that. I was the high school boy that was just like, I don't want to be here whatsoever.
It's hard to stay awake.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's a great napping spot if you ever needed one. Just make sure the teachers don't catch you. But yeah, it was kind of like that. Didn't really know what to do at first. We also had kind of like, we called it draw near. So we do it, I think, once a month on Wednesdays, where it'd be kind of like a praise and worship with Eucharistic adoration.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that was kind of how it started. I guess in summary, like a lot more distractions than what I probably needed during Eucharistic adoration. But then reading a lot of good books, the spiritual fathers, and it's more about just now actually just sitting with Jesus, understanding it like it's an actual relationship, you know.
Yeah.
So a lot more silence, and that's like you said about those other college students. The silence is just something you can't get enough of it. It's tough to get because there's so much going on, but once you get it, it's like, wow, I just
No
want to sit
kidding.
here forever. So
That is awesome. How has then your faith influenced your involvement in getting this Eucharistic adoration night tonight, which is a great night to be able to have you come on and say, hey, come to this.
yeah.
But how has your faith influenced your involvement in planning this event? Also, what does it mean to you personally to be involved in it?
So this is an event we do every year. So luckily it wasn't me like setting it up like, hey, Father, here's something we should do.
Yeah.
But it's something they kind of already had the groundwork for. So I'm just kind of helping set up, making sure it runs smoothly. This is actually my first, I wasn't able to go to it last year. So
okay,
this will be my first time going, but I'm super excited. Yeah, I guess I'll just talk about my faith influencing it, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is my first semester as the liturgies coordinator. Lucas, our campus minister, he was the one that
Lucas Roth.
Yeah,
great guy.
Kind of forced me to do it almost. He was like,
Good.
I want you to do it because the liturgy is something I'm kind of super passionate about. I just think if it is what we say it is, why not make it as beautiful as we can, you know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of been my huge thing. And so influencing this, I think it would be just like, I kind of want people to encounter what I've encountered through Eucharistic adoration. And what better way to do it in God's own creation, you know? So trying to just put it on as best as I can, not like a show, but just make it as beautiful because Jesus is beautiful. So trying to draw people in that way, I guess.
That's awesome. You are listening to Spencer Daum, and he's speaking about adoration under the stars. He's a student here at Fort Hays State University. And so you're going to want to continue to listen to this. And also, you know, just a quick plug for that. If you are available tonight to get out to TMP's campus, you know, we've got a beautiful grotto over there. Over the years, there have been a lot of people who have put a lot into that grotto area. And I know there's still some people that take care of it today. And it's just a beautiful place, but they'll be out there. They'll have music. They'll have some different lighting. Obviously, the big focus of it is that it is adoration under the stars. And it is, what is that, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock? I don't remember.
8:30.
8:30. Okay.
Later. Father's coming in from Chicago. So
okay. So
Yeah.
pray for his quick and easy return. And then, yeah, if you're able to get out there tonight, but you are listening to Divine Mercy Radio's Spring Carathon. Behold, I make all things new. I do want to remind everybody that we have that goal of $125,000. We started this morning with $67,221. We also had that injection of $10,000 extra dollars in matching funds. And so we started with $10,660. You are one of those people that calls in and donates, those matching funds then will immediately double your donation. So, you know, there's not very often that you get to use other people's money. So, you know, take advantage of that. That's what they put it out there for, is they want other people to be able to donate, to match it right away, and to help us continue doing what we do. Please help us to continue to spread the gospel. Help us to continue to grow. We are so blessed by you. Call 785-621-4110, just like Sienna Miller, who called in and gave $250. 785-621-4110. That means Sienna's donation becomes a $500 donation with our matching funds. 785-621-4110. I also want to congratulate Paulette Reichert for calling in and getting the trivia question. We will get some more questions, and we'll make sure that we've got all the answers correct and everything. I think we had some things mixed up on that last one, but congratulations to Paulette. She will be put into a drawing for a $50 gift certificate, which we will draw today at the 4 o'clock hour. And that will be to Messenger, Traditional Catholic Books and Gifts. Jerome and Angela Schmeidler are the owners and operators of Messenger. So please go down and see them on 10th Street, right off of Main. They have a beautiful store. They're wonderful people, have a beautiful family. Sometimes they even have their daughters down there, and their daughters will make little notes to people. I mean, it's just a great store, wonderful people. Please support them before you go to like Amazon or something else. Stay local, support our wonderful Catholic community. All right, we're going to get right back to it, and we'll get you guys another trivia question here in about 10 to 15 minutes. We're speaking with Spencer Daum about Adoration Under the Stars. All right. So, Spencer, Father, God willing, gets back. Where did you say he was coming from?
Chicago. He's doing spiritual direction training, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
Fantastic.
He's almost done with it. So I think it's been a long process. He's excited to get done. So
good. So
yeah.
He'll make it back. We'll start at 8:30. And tell us a little bit about what does it look like when someone shows up to this?
So you walk in to the grotto. I don't know how else to describe it, except it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's got those trees, got a lot of nature to it. And so it's bring your own chairs, either chair, blanket. Seating won't be provided. So hopefully you'll have a chair on your shoulder or whatnot. And it's dependent if you're coming in after we've put them up there or not, but we'll process in with the Eucharist in hand and put them kind of on the grotto, little altar there. And we'll have priests to the right, kind of behind the tree line, 4 of them for confessions. And other than that, all the lighting will be on Jesus. So, and you'll have the stars above you. So it'll be, other than that, yeah.
Awesome. Live music.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is a part of the music ministry team now? Do you know?
Like who's singing tonight? Or
yeah.
Just, I know Maggie Ballman is.
Okay. That's fantastic. If you guys know Maggie, if you're listening, local lady, she's a wonderful young lady, comes from a great family. And so please thank her for her gifts, because she has a wonderful voice and wonderful talent for playing music.
Yeah, she does. I think Ethan Shepner as well. He's a campus center guy, sophomore with me.
Okay.
I want to say there's one more, but I'm totally blanking on who it is.
Okay.
Right,
so whoever you are, we're sorry,
yeah.
but we thank you for your ministry.
Right.
So how did this event, you said this is your first year helping out.
Yep.
All right. I know that I've been to it in the past, and it's been going for several years now. How did it first come about? And what do what's kind of the historical background of it?
Yeah. Honestly, couldn't really tell you how that far in, but I'd imagine it was just kind of, if I were to go off it myself, something like, well, I mean, we have God's beautiful creation out there.
Yeah.
The weather's finally warming up. Why not do it in the Marian Grotto? Because that place is, I've only seen it like once or twice, but man, it's a nice little grotto out there. So
yeah,
it's a great spot. TMP's amazing for letting us use that space, helping us out best they can. And yeah, I guess. Anything else on that? I don't know.
Okay. Well, maybe then the next question, because you were talking about the beauty of the spot, is, Jesus obviously is the focal point, but just being in the grotto can help us to enhance that experience. And it's not that we should, we shouldn't want to live for the consolations. We had a discussion we talked about yesterday, but sometimes God will give us those consolations because he is the creator. Absolutely, come meet my son in my creation.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes when we have these things, it can enhance our communion with our Lord, our prayer, our experience of adoration. Do you want to talk about that just a little bit, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, truth, beauty, goodness. It's one of the transcendentals, so he gave us that beauty for a reason. And I don't think you find God's beauty anywhere else better than in nature, because it's first and foremost his creation above all. Like, man does nothing on that. And so like you were saying, yeah, like he gives those consolations, those beautiful moments, because it enhances the experience, I guess. And beauty is one of those things, if we can use it like to point us back to him, I mean, it's just like, you just really you're kind of starstruck almost, because it's like, wow, there's so much design behind this, so much love put into this. So I think it's really just one of those that it can point us and uplift our hearts. And who knows, there might be some people out there who just really need that consolation, and others that may not. But other than that, it's a beautiful event regardless. So
yeah. You know, I heard Father Mike Schmitz, he did a talk years ago. He's never met him personally, but just a great priest,
Right.
great guy.
He's
you know,
awesome.
like listen to anything of his, you know, it's great. And he was talking about, you know, people who say, I don't need to go to church. You know, I can experience God in nature. And he's like, great. You know, God made nature. Good. But you can't experience Jesus in the way that you can in nature that you can when you meet him at Mass.
Mm-hmm.
The beauty about this is, although we're not receiving him in the Eucharist, he is literally present there right on the altar in the monstrance. And so, especially for those people, like you were saying, that, you know, like that love nature, that are, you know, pun intended, probably starstruck.
Right.
That is one of those things that can just, you know, really help you to understand, especially if you're out there looking and, you know, you're just gazing at the stars, gazing at the trees, gazing at Jesus. There's no way that I understand atheists that can look at creation and be like, oh yeah, this is an accident.
Oh yeah. No.
You know, I mean, it's just, to me, it's insane to me to look around, which is why I think, you know, speaking about this adoration under the stars, you get to look at our Lord, the creator of everything around you, while you're sitting in that beauty. And it just gives you that sense of awe of, oh my goodness, how special are we?
Right. Yeah. To be invited into something like that. And I don't know, you just look around, like the stars are incredible. Don't get me wrong, the stars, the grotto, but then your eyes will finally come back to the altar, and that's where all the light is, and all the you just see the rays of sun, I guess, as the monstrance is meant to intend or portray. But and it's just like, wow, like this is all great around me, but that's what I really am made for right there, Jesus in the altar. So
that is awesome. We're going to get right back to our interview with Spencer Daum in just a minute, but I want to remind everybody once again that we are listening to our spring carathon. Behold, I make all things new. And as we're speaking about that, you know, if you can make it to Adoration under the stars tonight, just kind of gaze at God's beauty, gaze at him on the altar, and you'll really contemplate that whole thing about him making all things new. We want to send out a huge thank you to all of our listeners. If you're driving down the highway, if you are at home cleaning, if you are cooking, whatever you're doing, thank you for listening. Please pray for the continued success of these radio stations. But also, we would ask that you would join with us and help us to use up some of our matching funds. We still have that $10,000 left in matching funds. So please call in 785-621-4110. That's 785-621-4110. We also want to remind people that we do have those gifts that we are giving out. So if you are somebody who gives $250 or more, you will be entered into a drawing for a Bose portable smart speaker donated by Dave and Janet Schmidt. They also donated 2 handmade cutting boards, and so you'll be in a drawing for those. There's a ladies' yellow 14-karat stud earrings, and they are a total of 0.88 carat weight. Those are donated by Dustin and Lainey Roths, the owners of Diamond R Jewelry. We also will put you in a drawing for a handmade ladder rosary by Dora Liker, a $150 gift certificate to Biggie Meats donated by Stephen and Melissa Biggie of Hayes, and a drawing for a $100 gift certificate to Hickok Steakhouse here in Hayes. The owners are Oscar Runyon, Greg Whitehair, and Damon Hoare, and they feed us every day. So please, even if you don't win that, please go support them. Eat at Hickok's. It's a great place. I mean, especially, you know, I like my carbs a little bit too much, but those rolls with that cinnamon butter, oh my goodness, it's so delicious. So thank them, support them. I also want to thank somebody who called in and donated, and this would be Rosa, I am apologizing for this. Mwini. I think it's Rosa Mawini, who donated $240. And so that gets us to a $480 donation with those matching funds. So please remember that we've got those matching funds. We've got those raffle prizes. Call 785-621-4110. If we got 40 people to donate $250, so that's only 5 people per hour, we would finish the day with matching all of our $10,000 that we have left in our matching funds. Call in and be one of those 5 people we need per hour. Please join with Rosa. Please join with Sienna Miller. Call 785-621-4110. That's 2 of them we've gotten this hour. We need at least 3 more. 785-621-4110. If you have a donation that you could give of 500, 1,000, 5,000, whatever it is, 785-621-4110. But also, let's not forget about those who maybe you're not blessed with as much as some other people may be. If you can give $20, $50, or $100, 785-621-4110. Now, I think I'm going to let Dom read our second trivia question. We're maybe a minute or 2 early. I usually like to stay on track, but I also want to get back to this interview with him. So I'm going to let him read our next trivia question, 785-621-4110. Just don't read the answer. I've done that before.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
All right. Which of these titles also refers to Our Lady of Victory? Our Lady of Lepanto, Our Lady of Guadalupe, Our Lady of Fatima, or Our Lady of Perpetual Help?
Can you read it one more time and way to
Yes.
get them right?
Which of these titles also refers to Our Lady of Victory? Our Lady of Lepanto, Our Lady of Guadalupe, Our Lady of Fatima, or Our Lady of Perpetual Help?
785-621-4110. And we thank Dom for Spencer. Sorry, Dom's his last name. Do you ever just get called by your last name?
All the time.
Okay.
All the time.
So we thank Spencer Dom for reading that for us and for being with us. Let's get back into our interview. We're talking about Adoration Under the Stars with Spencer. He is a sophomore at Fort Hays State University. So Spencer, this is your first year heading this up. What were some of the challenges in bringing this about?
Yeah. Obviously, the first challenge is weather. It's always tricky out here in Hays.
God's in your hands.
Oh, man. So I don't think it's supposed to rain. I haven't checked the weather because
I don't know. It's been crazy for May.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Woke up this morning. It was freezing outside. I was like, man, what happened to 80 degrees?
Yep.
But, yeah, so weather, the first one, we've been getting some rain, so hopefully it's not too soggy out there, but regardless, it should be good. The music, that's a tough one because you got to get the big amps, the extension cords, all that. I forgot to mention we'll have tiki torches, I think, set up for the kind of the walkway, the lighting. So making sure those are upright, got enough fuel in them, and let's see. Yeah, really just promoting the event because it's kind of tough. It's a Friday, especially getting close to finals week. So all the students are a little tired for sure, but hopefully they use it as an opportunity to just come rest for a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
So
now, is this a joint venture between you, the music liturgy? Are you in charge of everybody at the campus center? Do you guys have your own groups? How does that work?
yeah, so we have like a whole team actually that we run it really well. So really, I just kind of have to get the servers, the lectors, and all that. We don't have any lectors tonight, but that's usually my job, getting all the scheduling out. But like you said, the music coordinators are kind of separate. So we work as a team, but they kind of man that up on their own. So yeah, they set that up all by themselves. They just let me know and let Lucas know, like, hey, we got someone. Like, okay, we're good. We'll get going from there. So it's really good. Divide and conquer. No one's ever overworked. So yeah, I love the way we do it. It's a great system.
Okay. Now, one of the things that maybe you can get if people have never been there before, do you want to speak to the lighting a little bit? What do you guys do with the lighting? Maybe what's the purpose of it? What's the importance of it?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. So we'll have tiki torches kind of lined on the little walkway up to the grotto, the sidewalk area. And other than that, there's not a whole lot of lighting for where we're sitting, for where the people will be sitting kind of in the area behind the altar. And that is intentional because all the lighting is on Jesus in the monstrance. We'll have plenty of lighting. You'll be able to see him for sure. And so, yeah, it's definitely intentional. Take the moment off of us and really just let us sit in the presence of God. And the priests at confession, I guess, they'll have like little flashlights, and when they're ready, they'll just
Yeah.
flick them. So other than that, yeah, it's pretty dim for the most part. So really just let you sit in that natural environment out there with all the lighting on Jesus.
Yeah. And what do you guys do with the lighting on the monstrance?
So we'll have candles to the sides of it,
Okay.
and then we'll actually get like some flashlights and point it at it the whole time. So,
okay. Because I know in years past they had they had a light that changed colors and things like that. And
Yeah.
I didn't know what you guys were planning for this
Yeah.
year.
So usually whenever we do ABC night at the campus center, we have like that light. I know what flashlight you're talking about. And I don't know. We haven't talked about if we're going to change the color or not. I'm sure it would be great looking. Usually we'll go like orange or blue at the campus center, and it just something about it enhances the moment. But I don't know. I would be fine with just a regular white light on it.
Yeah.
Just because it's like just makes everything even brighter.
Just pure and natural.
Just pure and natural. Yeah. Right.
That's awesome. Wow. So who else is involved in this? We've got Father.
Mhm.
We've got Mr. Rhodes, which is great to have him there. I mean, Lucas is such a great dude.
Yeah.
And we've got you guys. Are there anybody else within the community that's involved, or is that pretty much take care of it?
Oh, yeah. We've got 4 other priests. Well, or maybe it's 4 total. But I know Father Fred will be there. So if you're St. Joe goer, Father Fred will be there.
Okay.
Always love his confessions. Just
absolutely.
Straight to the point. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got the music, we got Maggie and Ethan and all them. There's someone helping with all the sound systems that knows it way better than us.
Yeah.
I'm totally blanking on his name again.
Okay.
So
we apologize, but thank you.
yes, exactly.
That's okay.
Right. And then we'll have 4 servers out there kind of helping coordinate confessions, doing all the altar work and whatnot. And yeah, that's kind of about it.
Okay.
Pretty much just anyone who wants to help on the leadership team. Because set up and tear down is going to be probably the most difficult part of the night. So
when do you guys start setting up for tonight?
Father wants us there at 6:30. So
okay,
2 hours ahead, just to kind of run through everything for the servers at least and get everything set up. So we just want it to be, I don't know, well put together. So we're going to get there plenty early and have a little downtime on this.
There you go. That's okay. You're listening to Spencer Dom talk about Adoration Under the Stars here on Divine Mercy Radio's Spring Carathon. Behold, I make all things new. And what a perfect title for what we're talking about. You know, go out there tonight. Just go experience adoration with our Lord. You know, one of my problems is I don't like to be quiet, as you guys can tell. And so that's one of my things is I have to learn to just listen. But that is going to be a part of the beauty of it is, you know, sit back, appreciate the music, let Jesus talk, and just let him have your heart. Call 785 as you listen to us, 621-4110 as we are on our carathon. We need some more people to donate, just like our anonymous donor we had a little bit ago. They donated $365. So if you want to be like them, call in and donate $1 for every day of the year. Thank you so very much to that anonymous dollar. They called into 785-621-4110. I also want to congratulate Cindy Staub, who is our trivia winner. Question was, which of these titles also refers to Our Lady of Victory? And that would be Our Lady of Lepanto. So congratulations to Cindy for winning that. We will get you put in that drawing for that $50 gift certificate to Messenger Traditional Catholic Books and Gifts here in Hayes. You can also see Messenger online at traditionalcatholicstore.com. That's traditionalcatholicstore.com. We are talking with Spencer Dom about Adoration Under the Stars, but we're going to break into some other things too, just about faith and things like that, especially going on down at the campus center. So one, you know, how has your faith life changed, grown, you know, enhanced or anything like that since being at Fort Hays?
Yeah, it's grown a ton, honestly. It's always funny to me. Well, not funny, but it's crazy. You look back from a year from where we are today, and it's like, wow, almost like a completely different person.
Yeah.
Just things change, like stuff. If you would have told me this is where my life would have been right now, I'd been like, no way. You're such a liar, you know?
Yeah.
But now I'm looking back, it's like, yeah, he was guiding me through that whole thing, cultivating me there. But it's definitely grown. It's become more rooted, more structured. Um, One thing I would say is like, for me at least, football has been a huge help in my faith life, if that makes sense. Just because it teaches you a lot of like how to discipline your time, how to keep going when it's tough, even though it's a completely different type of challenge in the faith life than football.
Yeah.
Football's all physical and some mental for sure, but man, there's some challenges in the faith life that you're just not even prepared for at all.
Yeah.
So it's also just that community at the campus center. Met a lot of great guys that I can really lean on. That honestly help inspire me, help me grow, that challenge me, which is something I think everyone needs, someone to challenge you to grow in virtue in both your in your faith life and just your everyday life.
So talking about the community down there at the campus center, what are some things that you've been involved in? What do they offer? What does it look like for somebody new, maybe that is thinking about coming to Fort Hays? What would what advice would you give them? What kind of background would you help them to understand? This is why you want to get involved.
Yeah. First thing I would say is that the best part about it is the sacraments are so readily available. Father does a great job, always willing to hear confessions. We have it just about every day, and he'll always make an exception for you if you need it. So mass is always offered, which has been, you know how it can change a person. So the sacraments are the best thing. But other than that, my favorite event we do is like every other Sunday we have free food, free dinner.
Oh, nice.
It's like, oh yeah, don't have to cook for a day. But the great thing about it is like there's about 100 people that come and show out. So you get to see everyone, play some card games, but it's always faith centered, which is what's great about it, Other than that, we have ABC night, candlelight mat. Well, ABC night, adoration, benediction, confession. Do that about once a month. That's a great experience. It's kind of like adoration under the stars, but in the chapel. So that's beautiful. And then candlelight mass, which is another one. We turn off all the lights. It's just purely candlelight. So it's almost like, I love that one too, because it's like we're back in the early Christian days, We get to live in that a little bit, even though we're totally not, but we're in the 21st century. But it just shows kind of the depth of Christianity. Like, we've been doing this for 2,000 years. This is what it could have looked like back then, and we're doing it now today. So it's kind of like just diving in with your roots,
Yeah, that is really beautiful.
Cool. Let's see. We'll also have, I think we had sand volleyball a couple weeks ago. That was a good time. Yeah, people love sand volleyball. Actually, this last Wednesday we had the talent show at the Fox.
Seriously?
It was so awesome. So great. We had a lot of great performances, a lot of funny ones too.
What were some of the best acts?
Oh, man. Ethan Shepner, he's a big musician guy. He I hope not the ukulele. I'm pretty sure it's the ukulele.
Oh, yeah.
Small guitar, something like that. And he was singing some Justin Bieber. It was great. We had this one group of girls, they turned off all the lights completely and they were wearing all black, but they had like glow sticks all around them. So it's so cool. They just did a fun little dance. And then what else? Connor Kuhlman played the harmonica.
Oh yeah.
It was awesome. Which I don't
Connor's a great dude.
If you've ever met him, he's just kind of that awkward, funny guy. And he totally played into it. He's like, any song suggestions? Can't play that. Just quietly speaking into the mic. And so it was just a great time. Just seeing people and their talents, because I don't have any of those talents. So it's like,
yeah, me neither.
Watching those guys, and they killed it too. Like, they were all into it. So
that is wonderful. Are there other things do you guys do to build that community? You talked about when you have some of those nights, the free dinner nights. Once again, free dinner. You play cards and stuff. Do you guys also have game nights or anything like that that you guys do to help build community?
Yeah. So we also have like men's and women's nights. So we have men's and women's groups. So we had a poker night was one of the men's nights. And then, gosh, the girls made like totes bag. This is for Valentine's Day, I think. Tote bags and just cards, you know, dress up a little bit, have fun, do all that. I'm not a girl, so I don't know what they do exactly. But like, yeah, we had video game nights. We'll go to Kennedy out. We did basketball earlier then. We also had like a spike ball, volleyball night. So every Wednesday there's something going on where it's like, come to the community. This is our time where we meet and just kind of have fun, be college kids for a little bit, you know. Yeah. But even deeper than that, we have a lot of Bible studies going on. So Focus does a great job. They get people running Bible studies. They teach them how to do it well. And so a lot of people really like that. Every Tuesday, Lucas and I, we do like a little apologetics night. Okay. So we'll teach kind of some catechism and then go over, here's some objections. We actually had a couple Protestants come in the other day, a couple weeks ago, and they were just kind of throwing out objections at Lucas. And man, he's super smart. If you guys know Lucas, so he was just rattling them off. He answered everyone great. So, but yeah, we have and even on a deeper level than that, they have they call it discipleship. So the Focus missionaries are out forming people, teaching them how to pray, how to grow in the spiritual life. And it's like a whole year-long process. So, yeah, I think that is about everything we do. I probably missed a couple steps, but it's always busy. So
that is absolutely wonderful to hear, you know, that it's vibrant and it's just absolutely killing it down there. I want to remind everybody that you are listening to Spencer Daum speak about Adoration Under the Stars, the Catholic Como Campus Center, and all kinds of things, Catholic Fort Hays stuff that's going on. And we want to remind you of Adoration Under the Stars tonight at 8:30 at the Thomas More Prep Marian Grotto. You won't be disappointed. Obviously, anytime you go visit Jesus, you're not going to be disappointed. You're listening to Behold, I Make All Things New, our spring carathon. I do want to I do want to thank Mary Gassman, who called in and donated $300. So that becomes a $600 pledge with our matching funds. And Dee Coster, who called in and donated $250. So that makes that a $500 donation. That means between those two donations and our matching funds, that is $1,100. We just need, I think, about one more person to call in here in these last 15 minutes to help us to make our 5 $250 donations we need for this hour. Call 785-621-4110 if you can donate. 785-621-4110. We want to thank you for donating, and we also want to get right back to our interview here with Spencer Daum. He is a sophomore at Fort Hays State University. He's helping to spearhead the Adoration Under the Stars, but we are also talking about a lot of the things going on at the campus center there. So let's kind of dive a little bit back into that. Sure. You mentioned the Focus missionaries, which they do just great stuff. Do you know how many missionaries do we have right now on the campus?
Currently, we have 5, so we're a little lucky.
Okay.
Donovan got married this last summer, I think. So his wife moved down with him. And so Donovan and Danielle, we kind of get her for free, which is great.
That's awesome.
And it's awesome. They bring their little baby. They just had a baby, little Eden. So we kind of just get to see her around the campus center all the time. So
that is wonderful.
5 is
okay.
Answer to your question.
I mean, so first, it's wonderful because you guys get to see, you know, the married vocation being lived out right in front of you in a very special way. But then also, you know, the others that are helping you through it too. You know, they run Bible studies, correct? Right? And you're a part of one of those.
I'm not actually.
Okay, no. You're not yet. Okay.
Not yet, no.
Okay. Are you part of the discipleship program or anything?
I'm not.
No? Okay. So now we just threw you under the bus and
100%.
in front of everybody.
Right. It's okay.
Okay.
I'll take it on the cheek.
But you you know, you did say you're involved with Lucas on some of those catechetical nights. Yeah. And how many people do you usually have for something like that?
So we had a solid crowd of like every week, about 7 or 8 people. But the last couple of nights when we've kind of done that like open mic night objections, we've had about 20. So
good.
Yeah. It's also a tough night, Tuesdays.
Yeah.
I don't know.
People are studying.
People are studying. Yeah. You know, it's weird. We have like all these forms of communication, but no one checks them like they should, you know. You know how it goes. We have the group
Yes.
me, and it's like college students. I'm guilty of it too. I'll see a group me, I'll just swipe right by it. Oh well, whatever. So can't blame them entirely, but
Yeah.
this is our first year doing it. We're gonna try to keep it going next year, something like that. So hopefully
Good.
get it better.
You know, something that kind of goes along with that topic is that uh, you guys had, what was it, 30 people come into the
Oh
church
yeah.
this just
Mhm.
this Easter. Were you involved in that? Did you know any of those people? Are you guys starting another OCIA class soon? Can you give us any background into any of that?
Yeah. Like you said, 31. I think it was our biggest ever. I think it
Yeah.
was 31 total that came into the church. I wasn't really involved in like the OCIA or anything. The
Uh-huh.
only thing I did was served at the holy,
Okay.
gosh, what's it called?
At the Easter Vigil.
Yes, there it
Okay,
is.
there you
Thank
go.
you. But so yeah, honestly, just serving at that. Oh, it's just great. You know, so much joy, so many people coming in, packed chapel. But yeah, Lucas and Father were the ones heading up the classes. And that's why one of the reasons he's been great is because that's what he's really knowledgeable in. Lucas is just like the teaching stuff. He comes from a teaching background, so he knows how to relate the information really well, and he'll always have an answer if you have a question. So
Yeah.
he's the big one on that. So all props to him, all credit to him. And as far as starting, I think we'll start it up next year again. It's tough just because we're based on the school, kind of.
Yeah.
So I think most of our stuff kind of runs around the school year. So I
Right.
think for sure we're starting it up. We've already got a couple guys that are ready to come in.
Okay.
So starting off early, I guess.
Good. Now, what do you notice about the focus missionaries and their discipleship? Do you know what that looks like? Do they just walk out on campus and be like, "Hey, ever heard of Jesus?" Like I've often wondered, what does their process look like in talking to people, bringing people in, discipling people? Do they come to the campus center and say, "Hey, you're already a Catholic person. Let's get you more involved"? Do you have any insights into that?
Yeah. So it's kind of tough with the university. They can only do so much because
Mhm.
the university is a little more hesitant towards, and I don't know the reason, but I think it's just they don't want them causing any fuss. It's better to avoid confrontation from their students. But they'll go out to the union, they'll table there, and usually just like have some funny question up there, like, I don't even know, is a hot dog a sandwich or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of their way into talking to people, though. And then they kind of go like what they do, talking about Jesus, kind of being missionaries in that sense. But I would say their main job is their help at the campus center. So like you said, they're around it a lot. We actually have one of the missionaries living up top at the campus center. And so they're really there just helping form people and helping them grow. So it's always voluntary, the discipleship, but they'll usually reach out like, I mean, I don't know. They get to know you first and they're like,
Yeah.
it's been really nice knowing you. Would you be interested in this? It's here to help you grow in your faith and whatnot. So,
Yeah. Wow, that is so awesome. We are blessed in our community to have that.
Mhm.
And it's great to see that we've got young people who are like, you know what? I'm tired of what the world is offering. I need to love the Lord better. How do I do that? So,
yeah.
Awesome. We are speaking with Spencer Daum. He is a sophomore at Fort Hays State University, and he is talking to us about all kinds of things going on there and about Adoration Under the Stars. You're listening to Divine Mercy Radio Spring Carathon. Behold, I make all things new. We do need that one more donor to help us get to our goal. We've got those matching funds. We've already had several wonderful donors this hour. We need one more $250 donor. I mean, and if you want to give 500 or more, go for it. Call 785-621-4110 and help us use up those matching funds. That's 785-621-4110. If you're listening, Poor college kids probably don't have the ability, but if you're one of those college kids out there, you're listening and you're like, I know Spencer, maybe I ought to support him and call in, let him know that we appreciate what he's doing. 785-621-4110, even if it's just $10, whatever you can do. 785-621-4110. All right, we've got about 9 minutes left, so let's get back to speaking with Spencer. Spencer, being you're on here, I do want to know a little bit more about you even.
Yeah.
We're told here that you're studying history. One, what made you decide to go from where you were at and change directions to start going into history? But also, how do you see, the faith being integrated into how you're stuttering? That's my fault. Studying history. And, what does it look like to have those things kind of combined?
Yeah. So like I said earlier, I was construction management major. And my dad's a teacher, my grandpa was a teacher. Teaching kind of just runs in my blood. So I guess that probably played some into it. But my mom, growing up with a teacher, and she kind of had to stay home. Teachers don't make a whole lot of money, unfortunately. So she was like, how about you try something other than teaching first? I was like, okay, Mom. And construction, I mean, it's hands-on, it's problem solving. That's kind of what I like. But yeah, I tried that. And then it was sometime early this semester. So I'm more of a recent convert to history education. But yeah, I was teaching one of my buddies about just like kind of this little apologetic stuff, because I like to look into it. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I think it's good to always have an answer ready. So I was teaching him, and we were kind of just going through like the Eucharist and how it goes all the way back even to like Genesis and whatnot. And it's like, and I could just see kind of the spark in his eyes where he's like, okay, this is making a lot of sense, And I was like, this is great. Like, I feel there's something moving in my heart that I don't fully understand, but I'm here on earth. I'm not here to make a whole lot of money. I want to do something that's actually going to fulfill me in some way or shape or form. So then I was like, yeah, Mom, sorry. I tried it. I'm probably going to be not making a whole lot of money in my life, but that's okay because I don't need a whole lot of money. But yeah. And then history, talking about that a little bit, I think history is great because it's kind of up for interpretation, I guess. So you kind of like, you get to see what happened and whatnot, but you also get to analyze like, okay, what effects does this have on society back then? And what effects does it have on us now? So for example, tying it into the faith, I like to kind of look through history through the Catholic Church's lens. Like I love church history and whatnot. So I'm writing a paper right now about the Catholic Church during the Cuban Revolution and all that, like what societal impacts that had. And it's just so cool because you get to dive in, you see, especially during this revolution, the church, like they started supporting it because it was a good, just humanist movement. But then it started moving towards like socialism, communism, and then the church stands up and then they get kind of persecuted, They kick out like 75% of the clergy. And so it's
smokes.
Yeah. So that's what I love about it. You can kind of see how has the church been there through it all, and kind of how is the Catholic Church really not built, but like formed Western civilization in a sense. It's just, and it's so deep. You can go through so much about it. So I guess I just love the problem solving kind of philosophical areas of history. Yeah.
That is so cool because as you bring that up, I've heard Father Fred talk about this a lot, and I agree totally with him that, a lot of people call them the Dark Ages, but that really came from, people who write those titles into things had bias.
Right.
And like, oh, well, that was just the age of superstition, where people had to believe in these deities because they didn't have science and stuff like that. But when you go back, you're like, actually, no, there are a lot of huge critical thinkers within the church that gave us all kinds of philosophical thought that we know today. Look at the buildings that they built. I'm still amazed.
Yeah.
And like the cathedrals and things they built. Yes, we build some beautiful things today, but I think they kind of pale in comparison
100%
to the stuff that was built back then because they had nothing. They had no technology that we have, and their buildings are gorgeous. The ones
Mhm.
that are still standing from back then, you
Oh,
go
yeah.
and see them, and you're like, how did they even do that? So what you're doing, God bless you in that, because I agree. I wish I would have known more about church history, and I'm a convert, but so I didn't much have a chance. But even history in and of itself,
Yeah.
and like you said, how they tie together,
Mhm.
and how we see them, like, okay, well, this is what the church did, and this is why this outcome came. Like,
Right. Yeah.
that's awesome.
Like, especially, sorry, going on a little
No,
tangent
go
there,
for it.
but like during the fall of the Roman Empire, like everyone's just going their own way, just into every pleasure they can get into. And who is it's Saint Benedict starting the monks. Like the monks are the light of the world there, They're these well-formed men who are just living by virtue, and they're the only ones that really know what's going on, and they save a lot of great texts. They're the only ones that can, not only ones, but they're like the best thinkers they have during this time. Like everything's falling apart, and just like Christ is the only light that's actually still going there. So it's like, man, you know,
That's so cool.
a little tangent. Sorry.
No, that is fantastic. You're listening to Divine Mercy Radio Spring Carathon. Behold, I make all things new. We are talking with Spencer Dom, and had a great conversation. I want to thank Dale Lois and Brad Stramel. They called in and gave $500. That helps us to use up those matching funds. Thank you so very much for Dale Lois and Brad for calling in. That becomes a $1,000 donation with those matching funds. I really quickly want to get back to Spencer Dom, and we've got about a minute left. Is there anything you want people to know about Adoration Under the Stars happening tonight, or stuff going on at the campus center as we get ready to leave?
Yeah. Just one thing. It's always open to community members. It's not just the students. We want everyone to be there, because it's not really about us or the group we have, but it's about putting people in front of the Lord, Great
Yeah.
chance for adoration if you don't go all that often. Yeah, and it's just a really cool experience. There's also a confession if you need to go, so throw that out there as well.
That's always a plus.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you haven't been in a while, go see Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Amen to that.
Fantastic. Spencer, thank you so much for being here. It's been a wonderful conversation. Please come back. Please pray for us.
Oh, yeah. Pray for me as well.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful day, young man.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Spencer Dom talk about Adoration Under the Stars, talk about the Como Catholic Campus Center, and all kinds of good things that are happening there. You're listening to Divine Mercy Radio's Spring Carathon. Behold, I make all things new. Please do go down to the Thomas More Prep Marian Grotto tonight if you get a chance, and experience God's creation anew. You are listening to Divine Mercy Radio's Spring Carathon on 101.7 KJDM Lindsborg and Salina, 105.7 KMDG Hayes, 88.1.